Welcome to Useless Agent, your safe space from stupidity and the magazine scary clown show. You are all fair game in the eyes of the wicked, and we see you. Here we go.
Uncle Ray! Oh shit, motherfucker! I'm Kenny Rogers! No! We suck again!
And the greatest arrogance of all, save the planet. What? Are these fucking people kidding me? Save the planet? We don't even have to take care of ourselves yet. We gotta learn how to care for one another. We're gonna save the fucking planet? The planet has been through a lot worse than us. Been through all kinds of things worse than us. Been through earthquakes, volcanoes, plate tectonics, continental drifts, solar flares, sunspots, magnetic storms, the magnetic reversal of the poles. Hundreds of thousands of years of bombardment by comets, asteroids, and meteors, worldwide floods, tidal waves, worldwide fires, erosion, cosmic rays, recurring ice ages.
Hey, Jay-Z. And all right, how's it going, my beautiful children? Oh man, today is Hallows Eve, so we're almost at Halloween, and tomorrow we'll be doing all 90s stuff. So if you're a 90s kid, if you were born in the 80s, raised in the 90s, you're going to definitely want to tune in tomorrow because we're just going to be showing a bunch of 90s nostalgic clips, commercials, all sorts of little, basically back when our day when, we used to get excited for things. So back in the day, you used to have so many commercials, and you always knew what time of year it was because of the commercials. The commercials would have you gearing up for Halloween in October, and the Christmas shit didn't come out until around Thanksgiving. That was when shit was normalized. It was normal, and we can't get back to that normality. So it just really got me thinking to today. And, back then we had so many options. You had for horror fans, gore fans, there were a lot of options. You had from, Twilight Zone type shows, anthology shows, Outer Limits. There were so many different anthology type shows that allowed us to get that, get that bloodlust out of us, And I don't know, it just seems like we were a lot less. We were not so goddamn scared all the time. So today's episode brings that up, and we're just saying, from how did we get from neocons to neo-Nazis that couldn't pull off a basic fucking card trick? And yet 20 years ago, we were lambs to the slaughter for one of the biggest theater fucking wars of all time, and literally the biggest psyop probably in world history, let alone American history. What we did yesterday by showing you the latest version of Loose Change, we got some cool feedback from that, not on the comments section, but we're on many different platforms. So thank you for the emails. Appreciate it. A lot of people didn't even know that version existed. And personally, I didn't even know until I watched an interview with them talking about it. And that's when I bought it. So I thought it was unfair that, you could watch like all the other three versions online, but you can't watch this one. Excuse me. I know for a fact that Dylan Avery wouldn't want that. He always wanted, we always used to have like little disclaimers saying, make sure you put this in a private screening, show this to your friends. The end of conspiracy theory videos that would actually have facts that, Nobody believed back then, but now it's coming in as fact because the classified documents are unclassified, declassified. Now, again, it is just astonishing that we went from a small little cabal within the government that was acting upon us like a puppet master. And that's what we called neocons. They were the new conservatives. Neo means anti or new. And so in this case, it would be new. So these were the new conservatives, the ones that were obsessed with the dollar and don't give a fuck about your life. And again, if we had a real justice system, then Christine Whitman would be behind bars for the rest of her life. Christine Whitman was the very person that was supposed to be a spokesperson for the EPA and telling us through a bullhorn that the air is safe to breathe. Now get your asses back to work. And again, this was not a normal fucking coup. This was a complete reversal of the way we looked at our reality. It was a twist of our objective reality. And it literally has people to this day forgetting about everything they learned in school and saying, no, this happened. Knowing that every piece of Isaac Newton's rules of fucking gravity and everything we've learned about physics just get thrown out the window for that day. And it makes no fucking sense. And then we wonder why common sense is so uncommon today. Well, look at what we were exposed to. We were put under a fucking, new set of glasses. We were given a new perception on life, thinking that death can come at any moment. And it was horrible. And we're still living in fear today. And that's all they want to give you. The right is going to keep doing this. They're going to keep projecting. They're going to keep lying to you. And what really breaks my heart is that if you guys watch the Midas Touch with Ben Meiselas, he's been getting a lot of people to write in their stories or their family stories or their husband's story. And it was very interesting to hear a guy saying that he and his wife were always a split ticket family. So the husband was a Republican, the wife voted Democrat. They used to make jokes about how they purposely voted to cancel each other's vote out. It's just a simple joke. But, the guy ended up realizing that, the joke was on him. And the reality that you are living a lie and you're under a false impression by a fucking clown show. Again, to some people, they've already got you, and that might be due to your previous disposition of having kind of, this faith in our institutions. Now, this was acceptable at a point, but in today's society, there's no point. Everything is fucking chaos. And we went from this controlled military precisioned horrid tragedy that reversed and flipped our minds around and fucked us in the head for years. And we didn't even want to talk about a certain day. And today's government couldn't pull off a fourth grade, little card trick they used to do with like the 4 jacks and make them all pop up again. Some of the most basic magic tricks they would not be able to pull off. The rabbit would fall right out of the bottom trap of the hat, run away, and literally, but you know what? That was the trick. Actually, we wanted you to see that. That was the trick. Seriously, that's how today's government acts. So speaking of living a lie, here we go with main MAGA bully for the male side. I guess you can call it the male side. Is Matt Gaetz. Now this little bitch is always kissing the ass of Trump. And we're going to look at his show because he's got his own podcast. And because that's what, politicians need is more exposure and more money. Like, seriously, they get paid for this shit. Unlike us who do this just for the fun of it and just because we love doing this. And personally, I have always wanted to run a radio station. I've always not run one, but just have my own little half hour. And so for me, this is my little half hour, and that's what I use this for. But, there is no money that comes in unless you buy a shirt or something. And trust me, I have sold no shirts. So I'm not trying to sell shirts. I'm trying to give information. And these people are trying to cancel it. Now, out of all the things in the world to be called, gay should be the least of your worries. And yet, when you have these kind of MAGA bullies like Matt Gaetz, straight up turning, the MAGA system has turned every part of Washington into high school. And it really is just a backward ass high school. And so you have this bully going around, first he bullies McCarthy and goes, "Hey, man, I like underage kids, man. What's your problem? And can't you get this fucking investigation taken off of me?" McCarthy's like, "Nah, bro, I can't do it. It's not in my power." "You know what? Fuck Kevin McCarthy, man. I'm going to have you removed, man." So now this little bitch is going to be talking about God knows what. And it's just sad that he even gets to have one of these when clearly. So let's just hear the whole story. Let me go ahead and give you the whole story. So we'll listen a little.
And the physical embodiment of sludge, Matt Gaetz lost his composure while responding to comments made by his fellow congressman and chairman of the Ways and Means Committee, Jason Smith. Now,
Jason Smith had basically made this statement here. "Let me just tell you, if Matt Gaetz' lips are moving, it's only lies that's coming out of it. That gentleman only loves to propel himself and propaganda. He sounds like a Democrat." Oh no, because out of all the insults in the world, him being a pedo is not an insult, but him being a Democrat, oh, that's way too far. So, it's exactly what Democrats say. What? I don't get this. Okay, they accuse Donald Trump of everything that they are doing. Matt Gaetz is accusing Kevin McCarthy for everything that he's doing. All right, so let's try to make sense of that. Again, we know that Matt Gaetz basically was trying to get Kevin McCarthy removed because he didn't want that investigation on him, because we all know damn well him and Ron DeSantis have messed around with kids. And so, I mean, they're underage girls. They're not kids. They're not children. So I don't want to say pedo. I know I did, but I just, let's just keep it real. 17-year-old high school student trying to pass off as 21 you might fall for it, but I don't think he cares. I don't think his dick looks for ID.
Lips are moving. It's only lies that's coming out of it.
Now, what happened after this is Matt Gaetz goes back to the only way he knows how to be, and that's definitely not being an adult. So what does this asshole do? He tries to out the very guy that calls him a liar and tries to tell him, "Oh yeah, you're gay." Swear to God, that's what is about to happen. This world is so fucked.
If Jason Smith is breathing, he is living. a lie.
Oh, wow, man, you got him. Where's that meme of all the black guys go, oh, because Matt Gaetz with the sick burn. Dude, I would rather be a closet homosexual than this guy. Just ever. Now, what he's going to say next is it's not a dog whistle, it's a bullhorn. You're trying to say that he's gay and that he almost goes off, and I really wish he did, because I want to hear what you really feel about gay people. We know you hate them, so just say it, you piece of shit. But no, here we go. Watch how he tries to finesse his words, but this is hate speech just covered up, and he managed to divert the hate speech, I guess I should say. He censored himself.
There might not be another member of Congress who lives a lie every day more than Jason Smith. And Jason Smith knows exactly what I'm talking about. And by the way, so does almost every member of the House Republican caucus.
Now that is what I like to call maturity. Instead of dealing with the guy himself, he gets onto a screen, because that's what we do now. We don't have the balls to go up to a person and say, hey, what the fuck, man? No, you got to go on your gay ass little podcast and call him a closet homosexual. Dude, gay is not weird anymore. And the sad thing is, the only reason that guy is, if he is gay, the only reason he has to live a lie is because of people like you, Matt Gaetz. Assholes that refuse to let people live their fucking lives in peace. No, you can't accept that because it's not your thing. So, of course, we all have to bend to your knee, since so many, 16-year-old girls have tried. And guess what, asswipe? Ain't no 16-year-old girl here, all right? Just a man pointing out that this man is a piece of fucking shit. And let's go ahead and listen to this little liar continue. So again, I don't even fucking care about Jason Smith, but if you're going to call somebody gay and then say, why don't you just come out of the closet, faggot, so we can beat you up? Well, that's why he stays in the closet, motherfucker, because of assholes like you.
Jason Smith calling me a liar when it's Jason Smith who literally has to live a lie. And I honestly pity him for that, because, it wouldn't be something that
go ahead.
I wouldn't live that way.
Oh, that's all you could do. Is that it? I wouldn't live that way. I wouldn't live that way. I only like underage girls. Dude, you're still a fucking weirdo. Your head is way too big for your fucking shoulders. And that fucking butthead haircut seriously needs to be trimmed down, bro. Get the poof down. Your head is humongous. You are a walking taffy apple. Seriously, he's a fucking walking Affy Tapple. If you just took out all the good shit, just skin a Affy Tapple, take the fucking caramel out, take everything good about it, take your skin off, and there you go. That's Matt Gaetz. A little fucking spineless stick up his ass, crying about gay people because what? You forced them to fucking live in secrecy? Now, secrecy is not the same as a lie. Secrecy means to withhold truth, not to deny its existence or claim it to be of anything else, okay? So let's hear that fucking bastard again. You know what? Never mind. Fuck him. Let's get him out of there. Fuck him. Let's move on. All right, who else we got? Next, we got Mitch McConnell. God damn it. Okay, we have seen Mitch McConnell go through these fucking huge pauses and basic freeze-ups, and, this is definitely a man that is not well, and I don't like making fun of anyone with a handicap, but I have no problem making fun of Mitch McConnell because he's not a person. He's literally a white goop of pure evil. And now Francesca from the Young Turks just nails him in this one. And I will show that part. I don't normally show other people's shit, but I mean, she nails it. She hits the fucking nail right on the head. So this is Mitch McConnell literally being checked on. I mean, this is a journalistic equivalent to a proof of life check. You know, like when you worry about your friend because he hasn't texted you in a few days, and you know he just went through a breakup. And you're like, dude, you okay? No one's heard from you. Well, in Mitch McConnell's case, dude, you've frozen up thrice. Not once, not twice, but thrice. So listen to how that, and I actually believe her. I actually do feel like she is, I really do feel like she is mildly concerned and going, dude, what's the deal? But of course, that shot that he's on only lasts a little while, so he's going to try to rush the interview.
About your health. How are you feeling? How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm completely recovered and just fine.
You and your office felt the need to share and disclose some of the details about your health because of some of these public incidents. And the doctor here said there was no evidence of Parkinson's disease or a stroke.
Let's try to keep it real here. Before you go off and read some bullshit, it is against all HIPAA laws to have to disclose any of your personal medical information to anyone other than your doctor. So whatever he's put on that piece of paper can be anything. It does not matter. There's no way to prove it because of our HIPAA laws. Now, HIPAA laws, if you're not aware of it, means that your business, when it comes to your personal medical history, is your business and your business alone. So he can lie about this. But you notice that he's planted in that chair, and I can tell that he wants this interview to hurry up because he knows that that shot that they give him only lasts for a little while. Now, remember, the last time we saw him freeze up in front of a large crowd, the second time, he had to go into another room, and then it seemed like he came back 10 minutes later and was okay. So obviously someone gave him something, and most likely a shot, and then it gave him some temporary lucidity, and then they put him right back out on that fucking thing. So in a way that's, you know, human rights abuse and violation, but again, it's Mitch McConnell, not human.
Stroke or a seizure. And I wonder, is there anything the public should disease or a stroke? The doctor here said there was no evidence of Parkinson's disease or a stroke or a seizure. And I wonder, is there anything the public should know that wasn't disclosed?
I'm in good shape, completely recovered, and back on the job.
So you've been given a script, and they said, make sure you put emphasis on fully recovered. So you're saying that we won't be seeing this again. All right.
So does that mean that you think you are able to continue serving and you want to continue serving here at a time when we are talking about incredible dysfunction in Washington?
I think we ought to be talking about what we were talking about earlier rather than my health.
Remember this?
Now, so that's Francesca there, and she does a great job nailing this son of a bitch. And yeah, so you can definitely tell there's a script here because he's sticking with a certain phrase. So that's emphasis. They definitely told him, make sure you put emphasis on that you've recovered. We wanted to make it look like it was a temporary problem and that we won't see it again. But the problem is we're going to see it again. And then what's your excuse?
This moment
and a string of
If you like to make a thought, please hang up. Try again.
What are your thoughts on running for re-election in 2026?
what are my thoughts about what?
Running for re-election in 2026.
That's
If you'd like to make a thought, please hang up. Try
Did you hear the
again.
question, Senator? Running for re-election in 2026?
Okay, look, here, we are running out of time and I will give my thoughts on this and I will say it. Look, the doctors say there's no stroke, there's no Parkinson's, there's no nothing. His eyes look up. People, he's seen a ghost, okay? How many times? He's looking up in the same direction. He's quiet. He sees the demon. He sees the demon of the working class that he's suppressed for so many decades, of all the people, of all the votes he's stolen, the places he's gerrymandered, the people who've died of poverty because we can't get basic things in this country. Tell me either that or people, you know, Dragon Squad, you know where I'm going with this. Or he pooped his pants, okay? 2 options, demon or dookie, that's it.
And that's it. That's the greatest fucking speech ever. It was demon or dookie. Okay. Now I've watched those clips. That last one in the white room, I've never even seen that one, so I didn't know he did it again. And the first time he froze up, I remember pausing it with you guys, and I think I zoomed in on it, and we saw his eyes go straight up, like almost in the back of his head. One of the eyes actually did go all the way up at one point, I think. And yeah, let's say that Francesca is totally right. And like is like a professional Ed and Lorraine Warren kind of person, you know, like a medium or something. I would totally believe that. That's like one of the only things that would make sense, other than the guy is not mentally lucid anymore and he's losing control of his mental faculties. But let's live for a second, let's go into a world where he is straight up seeing every person that he has fucked over in the past. And yes, there have been a lot of deaths because of the basic proprietary fucking necessities that were never given and were blocked by this man. This man refuses to help anyone and wants all of us to suffer because that's his money, you know? So again, sorry, I shed no tears, you know, and when you're a piece of shit and you die or you start dying or you start getting sick, I didn't wish that on you, but I sure as fuck won't shed a tear, you know, and that's a scary fucking thought, but it's very true. And I don't think I'm evil for saying that because of literally, again, all the amount of death and sadness that he has brought to this world. So maybe this is just the universe telling you, okay, you've done enough. You have hurt enough of us. You've slaughtered enough of us. You've held enough secrets. It's time for a new shill. All right. And that's all we're going to get is another Mitch McConnell. Just one that has a little bit more access to their brain function. And we'll probably still be stuck with Toad Man over there at like 250 years old. The guy is basically the age of Abram right now. And he still thinks he's got it all. That's what Dianne Feinstein said, and where's she at right now? All right, well, that's my time. Love you guys. Thanks for staying tuned. Stay safe, stay free. I'll see you on the other side. Most of all, please stay cheesy.
Welcome to Useless Agent, your safe space from stupidity and the magazine Scary Clown Show. You are all fair game in the eyes of the wicked, and we see you. Here we go.
Uncle Ray! Oh shit, motherfucker! Hi, I'm Kenny Rogers. Oh no! We suck again!
And the greatest arrogance of all, save the planet. What? Are these fucking people kidding me? Save the planet? We're not gonna have to take care of ourselves yet. We gotta learn how to care for one another. We're gonna save the fucking planet? The planet has been through a lot worse than us. Been through all kinds of things worse than us. Been through earthquakes, volcanoes, plate tectonics, continental drifts, solar flares, sunspots, magnetic storms, the magnetic reversal of the poles. Hundreds of thousands of years of bombardment by comets, asteroids, and meteors, worldwide floods, tidal waves, worldwide fires, erosion, cosmic rays, recurring ice ages.
Hey, Jay-Z.